Back for another video. Got a lot to talk about on my mind. We missed a lot of stuff during all this week. It was a crazy athletic week that we didn't never. I believe we haven't talked about. I don't think we have talked about nothing about anything all week. Um, I believe we did. The only thing we talked about was the Bradley Bill trade, but everything else that's been going on all week, we have not talked about. We haven't talked about the NBA draft. We haven't talked about the Chris Paul trade. We have been on a few things. We haven't talked about the correct Porzingis trade. So we're gonna the entire video is gonna be about it's entitled gonna be NBA offseason trades. I mean, well, no, title would be NBA off. It'll just be NBA offseason because that's gonna be the title because talking about everything they're doing on in the offseason. So it's gonna be NBA offseason, and then when another thing happens, it'll be the title of that person. But since we have missed on 4 or 5 different things, we have to do it all in one video. So they get right into it. Start with Draymond Green. He opted out. He opted out of a $27.5 million player option. He declined it, so now he's the free agent. What does it mean for the Warriors and the dynasty? Well, it means I don't think it means. I really thought he was gonna accept. I really thought he was gonna accept the contract, but he said he wanted a huge contract, and he wanted a huge one. I also remember one thing about Chris Middleton. He also opted out of his contract. It was a $40 million player option, and I said, "You gotta be ashamed. You just denied $40 million this season. I know you. I know all the. I know all the good players. He the champion. Draymond Green, the 4-time champ, one of the best defenders in the game. He say the best in the league, but that's not true. Um, but again, they're both Draymond Green, 27.5. I'm still surprised he opted out to that almost $30 million. He's still getting paid. There was another player opted out of his contract. It was Fred VanVleet. There was a $22 million I think $0.5 million player option. I can get that. Not a lot of money. He was getting paid more money than anyway, and now he's gonna be getting paid bigger dollars. So I can. That's really nothing. But the Draymond Green and Middleton, I'm surprised they opted out of their contracts and be up for agent. But then Middleton, $40 million. If I was in the NBA and I had a chance to get paid $40 million, I would opt in. I'd wait another year to get a huge contract. I want it, but I'll wait. Give me my $40 million. Give me my $40 million. I'm gonna get paid this year. I ain't declining that. That's $40 million. If you sign a contract, you probably not gonna get paid $40 million. You might never get paid $40 million again. The Middleton is not a type of player. He is a star, but he's not a superstar type of superstar like a Giannis type of player. So he might never, if he signed a contract, it probably won't be nothing worth about $40 million a year. They'll get one opportunity to pay that much money. He declined it, so it's stupid. I don't know why would you decline that much money. It's stupid to you. I would opt in and got my $40 million. You might never get paid $40 million again. The Middleton is not a star. He is a star, but he's not a star who can just carry a team like Giannis does on the Bucks. So we'll find out what free agency does. Free agency is next Friday. So yeah, it's next Friday. So it'll be starting at 1 o'clock Eastern time. I mean, they'll be starting around like noon. So that when all the big stuff is gonna start happening, we still have trades to happen before then. But the free agency will start 1 o'clock Eastern time. Maybe you might see trades and stuff happen soon. You might see trade and stuff, maybe signings and all this happen sooner. We saw a lot of trading. Last off season was not as crazy because you didn't have a lot of big moves. It was all the drama was all about Kevin Durant, but nothing happened for 2 straight months. But the last time we have had a drama of an off season was way back in 2019. The last time we have had a drama off season was way back in 2019 when we had Anthony Davis go to the Lakers, Tyree and KD go to the Nets. Um, Russell Westbrook go to the Rockets. Chris Paul to the Thunder. Klay Thompson re-signed with the Warriors. We have we had other moves. There was so many moves. There was so many. I forgot some of the other. We had the Zion Williamson, John Moran, and R.J. Barrett draft that night. So we have had it was a crazy offseason, and we had the Wilder and Paul George go to the Clippers. Like it was an amazing offseason. We had Jimmy freaking Butler go to Miami. So there was moves all over the place. There was stars moving from team to team. So we had Russ go to the Warriors. So there was stars after star doing the different team after team. So yeah. So this offseason supposed to be nothing but amazing. Supposed to be nothing but full of drama. We're gonna have Kyrie, James Harden. We're gonna have stars. Because we might have Zion Williamson in a trade maybe. We don't know. I don't know what the Pelicans. My favorite team gonna do with Zion. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. So it could be a crazy offseason. So we can have some very interesting moves happen this offseason. So we'll see what happens. And about Zion, the story with him is not doing as well. He got himself into a little bit of trouble ever since when him and his girlfriend supposed to have a baby last Tuesday. And what is this Tuesday? I believe it was last Tuesday. I'll say last Tuesday. Last Tuesday, yeah, I believe. Should have been, yeah, last Tuesday. Well, no, it was this Tuesday, I believe. Yeah, this Tuesday. But yeah, him and his girlfriend supposed to have a baby, and it was happy. Obviously, they had a band that would say boy or girl. But then Zion, did his little interview thing on a camera and said, Mommy and Daddy love you. You know nothing else in the world." And when he said all that, I really didn't care that it's just I didn't expect him to say that, but I don't know why would he wanted this. Some people might not even care about the baby anyway. All you're gonna hear is congratulations, Zion. That's it. Ain't gonna say anything else. And now some people might care, some people might not care. The only people that don't care is his family. Everybody else is gonna say congratulations, Zion. That's gonna be about it. They ain't probably say nothing else. But then there was this other woman that came in and she put out a million comments about Zion, about she didn't buy me things, he didn't do that, blah blah blah. She might have did, I don't know. It was very very interesting at that time. And then we had all the rumors about maybe Zion might get traded all over ESPN, First Take, NBA Today, Sports Center. It was crazy talk all over the world about Zion might be traded for the number 3 overall, for the number 2 or 3 overall pick from Portland or the Hornets to get Stu Henderson. Obviously, that was not the case. Stu Henderson, the player the Pelicans wanted, went to the Blazers and went to the NBA draft in a little while. But yeah, I'm still wondering. The Pelicans said they want to keep Zion, but I don't believe him. I do not believe him. We have seen so many players, key players, but then a little bit later they get traded. We've seen that happen over and over in the past. Like with Tyree and Katie, they said they wanted to stay, and then they do. A half a year, they do a half a year later by the deadline. Like you see this all the time. There's no story in the world. You see this happen a lot around the NBA. Certain players want to stay, but then they leave. It happened with James Harden. Like we've seen it happen a few times in the past. So I really don't believe him. I think they're gonna trade Zion maybe for some assets and stuff. But Bradley Bills said he wants to stay in Washington. A year later, he's gone. We're hearing rumored about maybe let me think about this. Wait, it was something I was about to say. Um I, I forgot the person I was about to talk about. But yeah, you see certain players say they want to stay, but then they leave. James Harden again say he wanna his relationship with the Sixers was great. And he said he wanted to be there. Now he might be wanting to back to Houston. We see this happen a lot. There's no story. It happens enough. We're seeing Dane say he want to be in Portland. He said he wanted to play to help him win now, but then he didn't want Stu Henderson. He didn't want Brandon Miller. He didn't want none of the top scorer. He didn't want no young players. But they got a young player in Stu Henderson anyway. So that means probably gonna build a team around Stu Henderson. Now, so they ain't probably gonna be going somewhere. And one of the 5 teams in the run in the dick game is my team, the New Orleans Pelicans. The 5 teams are Miami, Philly, New Orleans, Boston, and I believe LA. I believe LA didn't. No, in Brooklyn. And also New York's in the mix too. So those are the teams that are in the mix of the game. The highest odd right now are Miami for 110, and everybody else is about 10 down. So NBA draft, we had a Kristaps Porzingis trade. He went to the Wizards. It was a 3-team deal. It involved Trump and the Trumpets denied they didn't want Malcolm Brogdon. So there was a 3-team deal with the Wizards, with the Celtics, and the Memphis Grizzlies. The Celtics received Kristaps Porzingis, 7'3" guy, who had been injury prone. The Memphis Grizzlies, they did Marcus Smart. Celtics also did 2 first-round picks in the trade. They used one of them in the draft, if you didn't remember. And also the Wizards, they received Tyus Jones, and I believe a 2nd-round pick in the trade too, and maybe another role player. Who win the trades? The Wizards got Marcus Smart. Obviously, the Wizards are dead last in the trade. They ain't did really nothing in the trade. They haven't done no first-round pick in the last 2 trades they have done with their 2 superstars, with Porzingis and Bradley Beal. I said the Celtics still win the trade. They did Porzingis. They would have died. I know Marcus Smart hit the die. They really can still use. So their defense is not enough. Their defense is gonna go down while Marcus Smart on the team. Now I'm still wondering about Jaylen Brown. Is he gonna be in Boston after this season? You don't know. I still say the Celtics win the trade. All right, next CP3 to the Warriors. I don't like this for Jordan Poole and for a 1st-round and 2nd-round pick. I don't like this. No way, no ever. I don't like the trade. They ain't gonna help the Warriors get better. CP3 is 39. He's gonna be 39 this summer, man. Next May, he's gonna be 39. And we all know he's injury prone in the playoffs. He missed 5 of the 12. He had missed 5 of 12 playoff series in his career. And when he is out in that series, 4 of the 5 series he had been out, his team have lost. And one of them series was the Phoenix Suns, another with the Houston Rockets. So when he's out, it's tough for his team to win. He made 5 or 12 playoff series. The only series he have won was the one with Phoenix again back in 2021. But he was dealing with the virus. But they had won the first 2 games, so it didn't matter. But again, CP3 to the Warriors. It's not a good deal. They didn't make the Warriors better. NBA draft, number 1, Victor Wembanyama to the Spurs, obviously. Number 2 was the very interesting one, Brandon Miller to the Hornets. And the Hornet fans and the mascots saying, no! No! Why do we did Brandon Miller? Why did we did Brandon Miller? Why? We wanted Stu Henderson. Why? LaMelo Ball. Like, why Brandon Miller? This is insane. Michael Jordan, he sold the team, but he said he wanted to throw over one last pick. He got it. He picked the right. I actually think he picked the right player. I actually think he did. Stu Henderson and LaMelo Ball are the same thing, same player. They love to do the same thing. It would have made sense. It would have made Brandon Miller the more. He didn't want. He was just the player of the year. He was so close to winning the national title at Alabama. He went off in the player of the year. I believe he averaged about 19 points a game. So that man was talented. I don't know why Hornet fans were booing him. But yeah, and number 3 was the Portland Trailblazers. I believe that do make sense. They probably didn't get rid of Damian Lillard, so they're gonna build around Stu. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, give this video thumbs up, and if you want more news, come here to my channel. I'll do you all the news. I do you all the news might not miss or might have seen all in one video. And see y'all.